Yo, what's good? It's Hoops N Brews. We're back. There is construction going on in the vicinity.
A lot of construction going on.
A lot of construction going on. So, you know.
Construction.
So, yeah. So.
Sorry, but this is the.
But yeah, look, let's just be honest. Y'all want fresh Hoops N Brews takes.
So y'all
this
had
is
to
what
deal with.
You gotta do to get this shit.
This goddamn construction this morning. First of all, it's 8:46 in the morning.
It's early as in the
Even
morning
if
right
I
now.
wasn't doing Hoops N Brews,
I would be fucking asleep right now.
Angry as hell.
Mad as
It's construction going on in this building at 8:46 in the damn morning. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, y'all gonna hear this shit.
Whatever.
Sorry.
You can't do nothing about it. Y'all want Hoops N Brews, you gotta deal with this.
Yeah, you little nerds. Where's your videos? You talked about this. I saw this guy 5 days in a week. No shit, idiot, because it's a podcast. So that's why y'all gotta deal with goddamn construction. But anyways, this isn't a podcast, so I have to announce an episode. We just shoot in the middle of the week now to stay current for you fucking nerds. So bear with mine with the construction. Sorry. I'm drinking coffee. So talk to the people. You know. Oh yeah.
But
number one. Shout out to Hoops N Brews. 2 years.
2 years. That was crazy. Yeah, 2 full years. But the day it came on was crazy. So I had the pleasure of going to the Clippers game as a member of the media. Clippers T-Wolves, a member of the media. Got to interview Derrick Rose. Don't know if you guys saw it, but I got to interview D Rose.
I'm gonna put that at the end of this video.
First of all, like being from Chicago, like. I remember, you know, like turning up Channel 17 on like Saturday mornings and watching Pat Bev play and watching D Rose play, like, cause we were all in high school at the same time. Like, they graduated 07, I graduated 09, so I was a freshman when I was a sophomore when he was a senior. So I remember like his whole college career. So it was really cool to just like talk to him and like mention that to him and like tell him I've watched you since high school to right now. So like talk about that and ask him about playing against Pat Bev.
You didn't show him your Steph Curry tweet. That's what you should have showed him. Like, hey, what do you think about this?
I didn't really have.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he would have been like, what? But
yeah, no, I didn't really have like time to do it.
I know, I feel you.
I didn't really have.
One day that's got to happen.
I mean, yeah,
we got to get that.
I'm assuming at this point, like, I'm gonna like see all these people again. Like, they play twice. I'm assuming at this point, like, I'll see all these people again. So like, yeah, like it'll get shown. But it was just really cool for me to be able to interview. Like, the first player interview I ever did in my life was Derrick Rose, who's like a part of my basketball history growing up in Chicago. I'm pretty sure I would not love basketball as much if like I didn't watch D Rose play since high school.
I can't agree with you on that.
I mean, it's just a cool thing.
I love
like,
D Rose, but I can't agree with you.
It's just a cool thing. Like, I saw this person play from high school, and then like I see you in the pros. Like, it's a cool ass thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, no. Don't get me wrong. Like, the whole experience within itself was a cool ass thing.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean,
it literally the first time we did this, it was on a goddamn card table that I bought from Target. Table. We both had two different kind of mics. The mics wouldn't even connect to the goddamn computer properly.
It was pitched up
hilariously.
So,
no, not that it was pitched up. Is that the mics wouldn't connect to the computer right. So I recorded it on one mic that I had separately, and I recorded the other one on the other mic that was going to the computer. But when you sync them up, they weren't perfectly synced because of whatever that was going on. So that's why it sounded like this. Because like one is like super up close and the other one is super far away. So that's why it sounds like it's pitched up super high. Because it's just like the shit is like it, like if you listen to it literally, like it goes in and out. Like it'll be like the audio will be synced and then it'll go out of sync and then it sound high pitched and then it go in sync. It's because we was doing.
It wasn't even recording.
I still don't know what I'm doing half the time. These mics still be fucking up on us.
We wasn't even recording.
Y'all just
videos
lucky
yet.
enough to just hear us screaming, so it don't really matter.
It don't really matter that the mics. But anyway, it was.
But we literally started that show with like a hot take. Number one, we started the show with Pray for Anthony Davis.
We did?
Yes, literally, like 2 years ago.
Because they were like
on November.
Yeah, because they started out 0-8, and we was like, yo,
he
pray
put
for
up
AD.
like 50
he put up like 50 and like 10, 5, like, yo, pray for Anthony Davis.
We still praying for Anthony.
We still 2 years. We still praying for you, AD. 2 years later, we still praying for you, my fellow Chicago brother, and you are in my prayers.
Yeah, so talk to the people, because everybody's been. How'd you do it? Like, how was the experience? Like, what's the day like? What's the day in the life of an NBA media member?
So basically, it's this. Like, it depends on how early you want to go, right? So usually,
this fucking construction, dog.
Yeah,
I want to throw my goddamn coffee through this window.
So basically, it just depends on how early you want to go, right? So the coach pregame press conferences happen. I want to say about 2 hours before the game. So I tried to get to the press conference. I think like Tibbs was at 5:45 and Doc was at 6. I got there about 5:45, but obviously you got to check in. Like, I don't know the arena yet, so I kind of missed the like press conferences. But if you want to go, you go to the press conferences, sit there, you can like record, do whatever. You can walk around the arena. You can't actually walk on the court unless you have like a different type of media pass. So you can't walk on the court, but they do have like a media lounge for you downstairs in a little event level. The event level is like where the locker room is, the tunnel is, where the floor is. So they do have a little like lounge where you can sit. So I just chilled in the lounge. It's free food, free everything. Like, yeah, free everything. It's free food, free water, free pop, free. They don't have alcohol, obviously, but
you know you're from Chicago. The man said pop. It's not soda. It's fuck out of here.
It's pop. So so you really just sit there. Like, they have a whole bunch of games on. Like I was watching Pacers Rockets.
You was hating on the Warriors, I'm sure.
No, the Warriors weren't playing.
I saw Clay on the screen on one of them pictures.
On what picture?
One of the pictures you took in the locker room. Clay was being interviewed. I'm sure Pavy and hating on Clay.
Nah, I wasn't.
No.
Nah. But anyway, so that was a thing, and So after that, you go upstairs. And like, you sit down and basically you just watch the game, but you watch the game from like a different vantage point than you would normally watch it, because obviously you're higher up, so you can see the whole floor. Like, obviously when you buy tickets, like, depending on like if you're sitting behind the backboard, you can't really watch the game, because for one, the backboard, the rim is in the way. That's why those seats are always cheaper than the other seats, because the rim is like literally right in the way. So part of the floor you really can't see. But up there, you get to see the entire floor. You can see plays. You can see everything. And you can film if you want. So, like, after the game is over, just go downstairs. And, I mean, at that point, you really just wait for the players to come out. And, well, usually the coaches come out first. So, the coaches will come out first, talk to the media for, like, give you about five to 8 minutes. And then they let you go in the locker rooms. And then that's when, like, you can ask a question, but more so for like smaller guys like us at that point in time, it's like Fox asking questions. I don't know if you're gonna be able to ask a question over like Fox and stuff like that. So you can go in the locker room, film, do what you want to do, and then like after that, like, players come out, they gotta leave. So if you want to catch somebody, talk to them real quick, you can do that. And and then after that, it's not.
Is that how you caught up with Derrick Rose?
Yeah. So how I caught up with D Rose was we went in the locker room, and I think the first person who got interviewed was Taj. So I got a little bit of Taj's interview, and then Jimmy's like locker was right next to Taj's. So like obviously media swarmed around Jimmy, so I really couldn't like get close up to Jimmy. But at that point in time, I had to be like right next to Derrick Rose. So they was like, "Yo, I'm taking questions." It was like, "All right, it's turn," and recorded D Rose. Didn't get to ask him a question then, but when I left out the locker room, I was looking for the press conference room. The Chick Hearn press conference room, but I couldn't find it. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go back down here and just see like if anybody is hanging out right here. So I got back there and like I saw D Rose like talking to somebody. I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this D Rose interview. Like the whole month, I knew I was going to the game. I'm like, I just want to talk to D Rose. I want to talk to nobody else. I just want to talk to D Rose. I have to talk to D Rose. So I waited till he got done. I was like, yo, Derek, I asked a couple questions. Asked him a couple questions. He was super cool about it, and yeah, like I said, check out the interview if you
Chicago
haven't seen
legend
it.
now.
Yeah, Chicago.
Oh, yeah, now all of a sudden we're legendary. Fuck y'all.
Check out the.
I meant that exactly how I said it. Now all of a sudden we're legendary. Bitch, we been legendary.
If you haven't seen the interview, check it out. I asked him 3 questions. Just asked him about what it was like to play against Pat Bev. Asked him what it was like.
We'll put it at the end of the video.
Cool.
We'll put it at the end of the video.
Yeah,
but shout out to the Clippers. Obviously, it was your first time going there. Like what was the biggest learning experience?
That everything happens quickly. I didn't realize how quick all the interviews happen and like how quick of a process it is. It's really like a 30-minute process before everybody like clears out, and it's like you don't know where people are anymore. It's hard to catch people which is why I wasn't privileged to get too much Clippers for this, because like the first person I saw was like Tibbs. So I'm like, well, I'm finna go record Tibbs, not knowing that like Doc is probably doing his press conference at the same time Tibbs talking to the media. I didn't know everything happened so quick. So any of you guys, if you ever go to any of those games, like just realize everything happens really, really quick. Like within a span of 30 to 45 minutes, everything happens. Everything. And then it's kind of cleared out, and then like if you catch somebody, you'll catch them maybe walking away like off to the side, which is like how I caught Josh Okuji, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
I caught him like I was like walking like we were walking like past or whatever, and I was like, "Yo, can I get an interview?" Stopped him because I've been watching him the past 2 games. I really like the way he plays.
Yeah.
I think that if they do decide to trade Jimmy, he's a cool replacement.
I honestly think Jimmy would be good on the Clippers, but
I think he'd be good on the
they got to
Clippers.
get rid of Tobias, which I
don't think they have to get rid of Tobias.
Who? If you the Timberwolves, who you want? That's a real question. I mean, you got to see both teams in person from a different vantage point. If you the Clippers, is Jimmy Butler worth trading for? He was on your list. I'm sorry, you on his list, right?
Yeah, I think that for one, the Clippers. I have an article coming out about it. I gotta finish it up, but I think the Clippers have a really, really bright future. I think that they're just really 1 star away. For one, I love Tobias is a guy who scores super smooth. Like he can give you. I think he had 22 and 10. And unless you were really watching the game, you wouldn't even notice that he had 22 and 10. Like he doesn't do it in like a very loud way. He just gets buckets, get him really smooth. Doesn't really take too many bad shots. Gets it very efficiently, and but
he's he's a perfect guy for Doc Rivers.
Yeah, he's like a,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like a Melo, Glenn Robinson type of guy, but maybe a little bit more efficient than what Melo was in his prime, because Melo was a little bit better, so it allowed Melo to take whatever he wanted to shoot. He was a super.
I would say personally, his pace, not saying he's the same player. His pace reminds me of like a Paul Pierce style, and for Doc Rivers, that's a perfect kind of player.
Fair.
Does it make sense? His pace.
I was saying with Melo, Melo, Paul Pierce, they're all like they're like the quintessential small forward.
Yeah.
Like when you think about the classic small forward, you think about Melo, you think about Paul Pierce, you think about Glenn Robinson. So he's one of those
and
guys.
Even Tobias. Ironically, this year, low key, the Clippers got 3 dudes that's basically giving them 20 a game. Tobias 21.3, Danilo giving you 20 a game, Lou Williams giving you 19.1 a game, Montrez 12.1, and Boban 9.1. That's crazy. Like they got a real. They have a very nice. You want to know something funny though? Marcin Gortat is like non-existent.
He does
3.6 points per game.
I actually thought he was hurt because I don't think he played when I was there. I thought he was hurt. But Boban, like even Boban, for him to be that big.
Yeah, I don't think he played. Yeah, he didn't play that game.
For him to be that big, he's very agile and light on his feet. Which is shocking because usually you like see guys who 7'3", I think 7'3", 7'4", they can't really move like that. Like he's very agile. Like you can tell he actually has some basketball skill.
Yeah.
And it's not just like I'm just tall.
Yeah.
But the guy I really love.
Even in that game, he put up numbers all across the board. Like he's not one of those big guys that's gonna grab you 10 rebounds and give you no points.
Yeah.
And he can shoot free throws real well.
Yeah, I think he shoots like 80% from the line,
which is insane.
Which is great. But the guy I really like is Gilchrist Alexander. There were a couple times in the fourth in which he forced Derrick Rose into some layups he probably shouldn't have taken. Probably should have just passed the ball off. But that's because he's long. He's like 6'6". I think his wingspan is. You can look it up, but I'm like sure his wingspan has got to be like at least 6'9", minimum 6'9". And the thing I really love is like his footwork. With him, there doesn't seem to be any like wasted movements. I feel like everything he does is deliberate. Even the play he made against the Magic on that fast break when he like put the ball behind his back and it took off the wrong foot and laid the ball up. I don't think I've ever seen a player do that on the break, personally. I don't think I've ever seen that. Like the way he is like I've seen people obviously put the ball behind their back and lay it up, but it's the way he did it and took off on like the foot that I wouldn't expect him to take off on and still shoot the defender away. Like was crazy. And I think that in this era of bigger point guards, especially if he's gonna have Avery Bradley playing next to him and Pat Bev playing next to him and even like Jerome Robinson playing next to him, I think that backcourt can set the tone of defense for the rest of the team. I think that defense is the calling card for this Clippers team in the future. So if you want to go pick up Jimmy, if you can give up like Danilo, some picks.
But if I'm Tibbs, why would I take Danilo back?
Because you need shooting. If you can put Danilo next to
but he ain't never healthy. So I'm gonna trade Jimmy for a dude that ain't never healthy with a fat contract? Nah.
His contract really isn't that fat though. Like it's not that terrible of a contract. I think you get like $62 million. It's not that bad. And Jimmy won 200. Jimmy ain't going for nothing less than 200. You can't keep Jimmy. I don't think Minnesota is in a situation in which they can keep Jimmy. And the one thing I saw watching the Minnesota game is like Jimmy needs to go because there are just too many scores.
He's only gonna make 21 this year and then 22 next year.
It's not that bad.
Okay, I'm not that and he unrestricted free agent 2020.
Yeah, so he can 32.
I'm
not
that bad. And you put him and Cat next to each him, Cat and Wiggins, that might be decent. You put Danilo at the 4 and tell him to just stretch.
Exactly. And like the one thing that I noticed is like there were like increments. Cat had, I think, 16 in like the first half.
Yeah.
And there were increments in the second, like long increments, in which he wasn't even touching the ball. Like, not even like they weren't running plays for him. He was like not touching the ball. Like, it was like, it would be 5-minute spans that would go in between Cat just touching the ball. Go back and watch the third and fourth quarter. There are 5-minute spans in which he did not touch. I'm not talking about running the play for him. I'm talking about he wasn't involved in the play at all. Like, I remember one point, it was in like, I think late in the third, when Derek was like coming up court, he literally turned around like, yo, I'm gonna get you the ball. He turned around.
I also
like,
do feel like the Clippers. I feel like the Clippers in that game kind of made an adjustment to kind of put a little bit more attention on him, because even Doc said after the game in the Clippers press conference that he really liked the way that the team played, and he was honestly, it was funny because even during Doc's press conference, he was like, somebody asked him like one question, he was like, that's all the questions y'all got, because the game was just kind of, it wasn't necessarily a vanilla game, but like the Clippers just won the game. Does that make sense?
They just won the game.
They just out rebounded them, out hustled them, and won the game. And Jimmy and according to you, Jimmy was quote unquote point shaving.
Jimmy was point shaving to the fourth, and then like the fourth quarter, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna just come alive.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And even Doc, because the reporter was like, well, did you tell your guys that Jimmy Butler was gonna come alive in the fourth, so they needed to like watch him? He was like, no, I didn't tell my guys that. They should know that. Yeah. Like, and that's just what he did. So. Yeah. You know, I feel like once the second half came, they were like, all right, cool, we're gonna get Cat out of here and wait for Jimmy to kind of heat up and take over. Because once Jimmy started to heat up and take over, they pace kind of slowed down a little bit. And even though they was like closing the gap in terms of points, because D-Rose stopped tweaking in the first half.
No, he started tweaking in the second half. I love. Wait. I love D-Rose.
He was tweaking pretty much that whole game.
I love D-Rose, but it was too many times on the pick and roll in which he would like just getting caught in no man's land, like you can't do anything with it, then you get trapped, you got to kick the ball out, now it's like 10 seconds left on the shot clock, and now Wiggins got to hoist up.
Yeah, but if you got shooters, if it's a shooter out there instead of Andrew goddamn Wiggins.
No, not even that. Get the ball to Cat. Like, they literally act like they not paying this man $171 million. Granted, the man had 16 and 10 first half. He ended the game with 20. 20.
Yeah, okay.
20. Get a man the ball. Yeah. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you want him to be engaged, though. I mean, he was playing good. He was blocking shots first half, super engaged. If you want a big man to be engaged, you got to give him the ball. I'm talking about they weren't even letting the man, like, why are you running, shout out Taj, love Taj. Why are you running post up for Taj Gibson when you got Cat on the court?
Why did you ask Tom Thibodeau that when you was standing right there?
I should have. Like, the whole time I'm thinking, like, yo, why is nobody asking this man why you ain't get the ball to Cat? Like, it was 5-minute increments in which he wasn't touching the basketball. You're paying this man $171 million. He must touch the basketball. He got to at least shoot 5 times a quarter. At least give him the ball.
Yeah.
I only counted, I think it's like in your phone, I counted, I think maybe like 2 post-ups the whole second half. 2 to 3 post-ups the whole second half. And one he passed out. One he like passed to the bench. And then like the other one he like faced up Joe. I think he took both mine to the hoop, and then got one like late in the fourth.
Yeah,
but all in all, it was a great experience. But yeah, the one thing I just took away was the Clippers have a bright future, and the T-Wolves really got to figure something out. We gon' slide, yeah, we gon' chill. She said she love